Well, hello, friends, and welcome into another one of our Michigan Golf Live live streams, our Newsmaker Spotlights. And it was just a couple of days ago when I posted on our social media channels that there was some pretty big news taking place in the west side of the state as the Redwater Group was acquiring St. Ives and Tullymore, the resort over there. And we like to share news in the golf industry. It's part of what we do at Michigan Golf Live. I was very surprised at the amount of quick feedback from people all over the place, some who live and play in that part of the world, and some who just love the game and had questions that they put up in our various social chats. So I thought, instead of me trying to figure out what all these answers are to the questions that people have, why don't we bring in the man who is leading the team at Redwater? That's Jeff Carlson, who is the Chief Operating Officer, PGA guy. And Jeff, thank you for joining me for a few minutes. And congratulations, by the way. Redwater continues to grow and grow and grow on the west side of the state. So let's talk for a moment about this newest addition to the Redwater family. What was it about St. Ives and Tullymore that caught the eye of the group?
Well, first and foremost, thanks for inviting me, Bill. Appreciate the opportunity to speak on this. Yeah, we're very excited about adding St. Ives and Tullymore and the Tullymore Resort, both golf courses, to our group at Redwater. It's obviously a premier destination in the state. It's got a great foundation and legacy of being a great spot to go play golf with two fantastic golf courses. And we just got in communication with them late last year, and the idea of them possibly selling the resort obviously sparked our interest. There was a lot of things there that they do hospitality wise that match up to the goals and the things that we've been building and doing at Redwater over the last year, many years. And it just kind of naturally, as we progressed to talk and a few things like that, it just kept getting serious. And we ended up late last week closing the deal and getting everything finalized and took over. And I think this is day 6 of Redwater ownership. So we're excited for the future and what's to come with Tullymore being part of the Redwater group, but also, putting a spotlight on the facility as a whole moving forward.
Well, there's a lot to unpack in that. And I think the best place probably for us to start is for those who aren't as familiar with Redwater and the various holdings and the courses and places that you represent. Can you kind of give us the flyover overview of what Redwater is, how it started, and what sort of membership you have in Redwater from both a golfer's perspective and a property's perspective? And then we'll dig a little bit more into St. Ives and Tullymore and those questions.
Well, how much time do we have, Bill? That's the real question, I guess. No, in a nutshell, if people aren't familiar with Redwater, we're a Grand Rapids-based company, and we're really a hospitality company. We do that through event business. We do that through food and beverage, restaurant offerings, and we also do that with courses. We currently have, before St. Ives and Tullymore came on board, we have 8 golf courses all over on the west side of the state currently, on the lakeshore and in Grand Rapids. 6 of them are private: Watermark Country Club, Stonewater Country, Sunnybrook Country Club, Thousand Oaks Golf Club, Macatawa Golf Club, and Muskegon Country Club. And then we have 2 public golf courses, Thornapple Point, which is based in Grand Rapids, and the Ravines down in Saugatuck. So it's been kind of our portfolio for a while now. The company started back in the early 2000s when it purchased Watermark, and then progressively over the years have continued to grow to get it up to the size that we are. All those private clubs that I listed, the 6 private clubs, they all have individually branded restaurants at all of them. Even though the golf is private for membership only, the restaurants are open to the community to come use and enjoy. So we have restaurant, food and beverage operations at those locations, along with event business as well at those. All just different facets of hospitality. And then we have 3 freestanding restaurants that aren't attached to any golf courses or properties. We have Gravity Tap House in Grand Rapids, Boatworks Waterfront Restaurant in Holland, and then the Butler down in Saugatuck as well, that are freestanding restaurants that we have as part of our hospitality offerings. Yeah, it's been quite a journey, to be honest with you, across the board. That it started with one, and now we're excited to welcome, St. Ives and Tullymore to be, of course, 9 and 10 in the group. And then obviously the things that they had in place there already kind of matched the other things that we were doing. They do event business. They do food and beverage at both clubhouses as well. So things that we were already into, they were doing and running already. And then the new facet to this, obviously Tullymore being a resort, we're stepping into some new territory, having lodging on property. That's something none of our locations currently have now. So that's going to be a new exciting new avenue for us to learn and discover and get into with the resort dynamic they have up at Tullymore.
Yeah, and there's so much going on with all of this. You talk about a full roster and a deep bench. It sounds like that's what you described just now from the full Redwater perspective. And my understanding is that if you're a member of one of the private golf clubs in Redwater, then there's a reciprocating opportunity for you to play at other properties, which is really cool and gives such variety to the membership. And then you have the public courses, as you mentioned, which is probably what was the most frequently asked question that was posted in the immediate response to the news release that I posted about the acquisition of St. Ives Tullymore. People are wondering, wait a minute, is this resort going private? Am I still going to be able to play there? So let's take a moment, if you would, Jeff, and just kind of assuage the nervousness of some of the golfing public as they, whenever we hear of change, we tend to get a little bit nervous. What is the modus operandi, the mode of operation for St. Ives and Tullymore moving forward?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and obviously some people can be concerned with. As of right now, and going into the future, I can't put a time frame for forever into the future. But for right now, we're viewing Tullymore and St. Ives as being a resort. It's going to continue to be a resort. It's going to welcome daily play. It's going to welcome people taking trips up there, people coming up as a destination location to get away for a few days, play rounds of golf, continue to offer the same things that they had in place previous years and the plans that they had in place going into this year. We're not looking to go in right now, at this point of the year, or do anything crazy or drastic to the change. We want the guest experience, the offerings that they've provided to guests and golfers in the past to remain and continue moving forward. And we're really going to go in and just look at how we can help the place shine more and maybe make guest experience enhanced, maybe a little more fun, and make the place, a spot that everyone continues to look at as an option for them for their golf trips or a day trip, or anything like that, that they've offered in the past. We're not looking to get rid of any of those. Everything that people, hopefully there's a lot of people that, hear this, that have already got a trip planned up there. Your trip is, it's safe, it's booked, it's still there. Nothing's changed. All that you set up is ready to rock and roll for when you come visit the property. So we're excited to have those pre-booked guests and golfers and things coming up to enjoy the place this golf season. And we obviously are welcoming as many more as that want to come up and check it out. And we'd love to have you on site and, show you a great experience while you're there.
Let me, if you don't mind, I'll just kind of do a greatest hits run through of some of the questions that were posted in the social media responses, and you can knock them off in quick order, I'm sure. Justin asks, are there rate increases coming for this season?
The rate increases that we have planned for 2026 were already in place with the previous Tullymore leadership. We did not change anything to that. So all the rates that they had planned going into this season, we kept those in place, and are going to run with those for the rest of 2026.
Diana is asking if it will remain public in the long term.
I, again, can't foresee the long future, but right now into the future right now, our plan is it's going to operate as a resort. And I mean, Tullymore has had a membership base that's there, solid membership base. A lot of people that live up there maybe have it as a second membership. We'll still continue to have membership options there. but the daily fee, guest resort, stay and play, and things like that they have in place, our plan is to leave that in place at this point without making any drastic changes to that strategy for the property.
We had a Tom who said, I bring a buddy's trip every year, and we usually book for the following year when we're there, and they're coming sometime in the summer. How soon will you be able to take 2027 bookings? I mean, I understand we're just getting 2026 season underway, but what do you tell folks who like to do that kind of tradition planning, so to speak?
So speaking to Tom specifically, Tom, when you come up and enjoy the place, which I'm glad you're coming up, we're looking forward to having you. I have a feeling that when you're wrapping up your trip and inquiring about whether you're there, you're going to have that opportunity to put something down on the books or pencil something in for the following year. If you guys are looking to return again in 27, I don't see that being anything that's going to change moving forward. We want to have, obviously people that make it a regular annual trip up there. We want those people to still feel like they have that ability and to do that moving forward to enjoy the resort.
This is a question from a guy named Bill who's hosting a live stream, completely unrelated. I think there's such wisdom in resource allocation and resource sharing, and I know that throughout the Redwater group, that would be something that you would be able to do. You have very knowledgeable, talented, experienced people who are working in the various capacities as property management, as superintendents, as head golf professionals. If somebody's mower breaks down, somebody else might be able to loan them one. That kind of a thing where you have more tools in the shed because the shed got bigger. How do you see that kind of approach just kind of benefiting not just St. Ives Tullymore, but really the entire group?
It's the team that was in place up there. Yeah, you hit it on the head. I mean, we do that now. I mean, we share resources. If we have projects going on other places, we have grounds teams that'll lend bodies to come over for a few days to help do some heavy lifting and get projects done. Same with our golf professionals. I mean, when they have questions or they have help, we try to support each other and use resources to ideas, bounce things off each other. Same on food and beverage and events. This just adds to that ability for us to do that, and we're going to do the same thing. I mean, the team at Tullymore and St. Ives with their staff on property that are all there and still going to be there throughout the season. I mean, they're staying in place. We want to keep them moving the ball forward like they have been doing, which has been great. Basically, we're bringing in more knowledge and expertise, and we're hoping our group of professionals, superintendents, food and beverage experts, all are now going to be a new resource for the team and St. Ives as well, to help them, come up with new ideas and try new things and things like that are only, and the end result is to, make the customer experience better, make the member experience better. And that's what we're doing. Just how do we elevate our hospitality for our guests, and no matter how they're enjoying one of our facilities, it's golf, food and beverage, events. That's our main focus is hospitality through great products, great and great atmospheres at our location. So Tullymore, we're just going to try to get the same mindset and culture that we've built at Redwater. And our job as, our current team at Redwater and our leadership and all of our employees at our locations, like they're going to be new resources for Tullymore and St. Ives team. And we're probably going to learn a few tricks from Tullymore and St. Ives too along the way. So it's going to be great to just add some more knowledge and expertise to the group as a whole.
Well, that makes total sense, and I'm reminded of a reality. That is, a group like Redwater is not going to make a decision like this without doing a lot of research into the general, not just the business side of that resort, but into the trends in the game. And Jeff, I think probably the question that I am asked most often when I do media interviews is, hey, how healthy is golf? How's it doing? How's it going? Are you seeing the arrow start to go downward at all, or is it still just as strong as it's been since the pandemic? All signs are pointing to the strength of this game in this great state of Michigan, and I would have to think that the Redwater team was seeing the same thing as you mulled over this decision regarding St. Ives and Tullymore. So in the Jeff Carlson world, How healthy is this game in our state right now?
No, that's a fantastic question. In my personal opinion, prior to 2020, what you saw was a lot of new people when they experimented or dabbled with the game and got into it. The rate at which people left the game was higher. After 2020, it surged. A lot of new people got into the game, took it up, tried it, but the fallout hasn't been there since. And I think that's the encouragement, is that the people now that got into the game are staying in the game. They're hooked to it. They're seeing how much fun it is. They're seeing how they can enjoy it in many different facets. It's actually, even since 2020, I make this joke a little bit and make this comment too, that golf is almost now like it's a social norm. People use it just as a form of, some light recreation and social time. Where I think, many years ago, that wasn't kind of how it was viewed in our society, which is great. So new people are coming out, they're enjoying the game in a manner that's, I guess you'd say in golf terms, traditional, still, with a lot of those roots and foundations that the game was built on that a lot of people love. But a lot of new people have come in and also just enjoyed the game and experimented more of a social light setting compared to the past. So yeah, the game and the golf community is super strong. It's awesome. I say that I'm a golfer. I love seeing how many people are telling me they're dabbling in the game, they're trying it, or they tried it 2 years ago and they're hooked. So yeah, our private clubs, the memberships are extremely healthy. A lot of the private clubs around the region are extremely healthy, which is fantastic. Public golf, tee sheets are busy. People are wanting to play. They're finding ways to get out and play and do it. And in 2026, I don't see that change. I don't see that change in the future because the fallout isn't there like it used to be, where people would drop out of the game after trying it for a few years. So the only thing we need now, Bill, is, we just need the weather to get a little nicer for us in 2026 to warm up a little
Amen.
bit.
I am with you on that one. A question that just popped into my mind that may be on the minds of somebody in our audience, especially if they live on the west side of Michigan. Is there a route within the membership packages that Redwater offers for somebody to become a member of one of the public facilities but still have access to the private facilities? Or are those two kind of like church and state? You just keep them separated in the family of courses and destinations?
That's a good question. In our current offerings right now, if they're kind of church and state, like you said, a little bit. The private clubs have the ability, with some restrictions and rules with it and stuff, about playing the other private clubs and how far in advance you can make tee times, not at your home club. The memberships that we have offered at Thornapple and Ravines on the public courses, they do not have any access to the private locations. But the memberships at those two have ability to play each other as well. So if you remember, at Thornapple Point, you have the ability to go down and play Ravines vice versa at Thornapple Point. So there's a little bit of a little added benefit to that. There's more than just one golf course that you can go play and play as a member on the public side. So they've stayed that way. And right now we're kind of as things stand and move into this season, we're kind of leaving Tullymore and St. Ives kind of as it is and how it's been operating. We integrated it very minimally for our Redwater members to have access to go up there and play. They're still, paying a fee and things like that up there. And the Tullymore members and stuff have limited access to some access to our public golf courses as well, if they feel like venturing out and playing one of the other Redwater properties. But right now, the integration, I guess you'd say, of Tullymore and St. Ives being new is kind of starting out as being limited, as we kind of learn more about the operation and the facility and the nuances of it over the first year or so.
Every property is different, right? Even though they all have the same game in common, every part of the family has its own personality quirks and its own challenges and its own really cool things that probably you have yet to discover. It's still got that, the wrapper was just taken off the Christmas present kind of a feeling. So you've got a little learning curve here, I would think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We know going into this year, timing when everything got finished, that this was going to be let's let everything run as it has been. They've been doing a fantastic job up there, and we want to watch, we want to learn, we want to see where our opportunities could be so we could enhance the experience for the customer and the guest and the golfer. And so we really want to look at it and start figuring out some of the little nuances and the unique things about Tullymore and St. Ives and stuff, and then look at where we can go make a positive impact to help, make the place shine more in the golf community. That's what we want. It's a special place, and we're excited to see what we can do to help boost that a little bit more and show the place off and get it to be a spot people buzz about and love. And those that have been coming, continue to have them loving coming there. Maybe see some new little touches and details that are different from the past. And people that haven't been there ever, or maybe in a long time, hopefully they, come back, check it out, and they realize that that's a spot they got to keep on their list. So,
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, so far, the golf season in Michigan is only a few weeks old, and for most people, because of the weather, it's only a few rounds old. But this is definitely the biggest news that has happened in the state so far this year. I don't know what else is to come, but this is really good stuff, and I appreciate you taking the time to come and answer some questions and kind of maybe for those who are a little bit on edge, just kind of everybody take a deep breath and put everybody at ease. So thank you for doing that, Jeff. We'll look forward to seeing you soon, and we wish you nothing but the best with the newest family members in the Redwater world.
No, thank you, Bill. Appreciate you having me on here. We're excited for the golf community. We're excited for what this brings to Redwater. We're excited for what it's going to do for Tullymore and St. Ives into the future. It's all positive stuff. We're excited, and we're super excited to have some more people go take a look at St. Ives and Tullymore. I mean, it's not that far north from Grand Rapids. It's only about just inside of an hour, which kind of keeps it inside of our radius of our group that we already had in place. So even though it's considered up north, I don't think it's that up north. So we're excited for get people buzzing about it again and excited, and we're excited that this is something that we can add to the golf community, and then obviously something that we're going to be adding to our Redwater group as well.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks again. Much appreciated. That's Jeff Carlson. He is the Chief Operating Officer for Redwater. And this has been another Michigan Golf Live Newsmaker Spotlight. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. We'll pass them along to Jeff, and he and his team will do a great job of addressing whatever we didn't cover here in the last 22 minutes of our conversation. Thanks much for joining us. We'll see you on the radio. I know that sounds weird. This weekend, as we broadcast from Manistee National Golf and Resort, and our television program features Island Resort, the home of Sweetgrass and Sage Run in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Just a stunning destination. Make sure you find the MGL TV station near you, because there is one. It's on free TV, no subscriptions needed. You don't have to spend a penny. We're on your local ABC, NBC, CBS, or Fox affiliate somewhere in this great state. So go to our website at mgltv.com and check out the link to find the station near you. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.